I'm not paying off my credit card debt today, but I do want to see if I'm able to afford groceries. Let me see my available to spend.
If you use your credit cards, you do not want to be rich.
Well, anytime you say something about debt, people send it to me. Look
Right,
what Cubans say.
Tweets, yeah.
Look at what Cubans say.
And vice versa.
Yeah, so cut up your credit cards. If you use a credit card, you don't want to be rich.
Yep,
I like that line. That's a good line.
That's my favorite line. I tell people all the time. Your best place to invest is to pay off all your credit cards and burn them, because your credit card, you know what your return is, right? If you get off, you're paying 15, 20% interest. If you pay that down, you just earn 15 or 20%.
Folks, I've told you 100 times, and Forbes 400 wealthiest people in North America, when surveyed, asked what's the way to build wealth, what's the number one way to build wealth. 75% of wealthy people, not your broke brother-in-law with an opinion, but wealthy people say get out of debt and stay out of debt.
Yep.
Oh, finally. A breath of fresh air. Thank you, Dave and Mark.
I'm being sued by a credit card company for $5,000 for not paying the bill. You know how you don't know what you don't know? Well, I learned this the fucking hard way. I got into a lot of debt being a single mom in nursing school. Like, I really racked my credit cards up surviving, And then when I started making money, I tried really hard to pay them off, but it just, I was drowning in it. I just, had a really hard time getting out of it. I tried to get a loan and I couldn't get approved for one, so I ended up consolidating all my debt. I did research it. I understood I was going to ruin my credit. I knew that it was going to be bad, but I had just gotten a new car. I had my place. It was fine. I could handle this for a couple years and just have bad credit for a while, then build it back up. And this is my fault for not understanding, but I just didn't know. You have to stop paying on the bills because they won't settle your credit card bills unless there's you're behind on them and there's a need for it. So you just stop paying on them, which felt wrong, but it's what I did. But one of the ones that I owed $5,000 on, which was my biggest one, that was the only one that they didn't shut down, and it just kept growing and growing and growing. And I was like, what the fuck do I do? And they were just keep paying us and we'll get it settled. And I was like, okay, this is what I do. Eventually the credit card did get shut down, but I still never got the documentation saying it was settled. And I was like, it'll probably be coming. I just need to build that account up more, whatever. So I've been paying my monthly payments, trying to get it settled. And then today, as I'm sitting in my car, I get served. And I just didn't even know that this was a fucking option. The credit card company's suing me for the $5,000, but I've also been paying the $5,000 off from the other company. So of course I call them and I spend all morning on the phone with these fucking people. And they're just well, all we can do is extend your payments out, because obviously they have to make a profit, right? So if it's settled for the amount that it's settled for, then they're not making a profit. So they want mass amounts more money in order to settle this now. But I'm also at the same time being sued and have to go to court over this. And they're now telling me oh, well, you won't have to go to court if you just extend your payments to us. But that doesn't seem right. I don't even I don't know. I can't afford a fucking lawyer. I literally don't know what I'm supposed to do anymore. And it's just one of those things that feels I tried so fucking hard. I got myself through nursing school as a single mom, and it was really fucking hard. And I've been trying so hard to get ahead, and every time something happens, it's just this. I'm never gonna be okay. And it's one of those times I wish I just had a family member I could call to rescue me. But I don't. I just feel I have to try so much harder than everybody else just for the bare minimum of life. And I did the whole thing where you break your poverty circles, which I know is hard. I'm the first one in my family with a college education. I'm the first one of my siblings to graduate high school. I tried really hard.
This whole situation sounds like a nightmare. A single mom going through school and is struggling financially. It's a tale as old as time, and she is the prime target for credit card companies. They know you need the money, and they are there to keep you paying them forever. This next clip answered the question I asked at the beginning of the video. So like a random dude to a woman with daddy issues, let's dive right in.
Is it just me, or do y'all be eyeing the people with $50,000 worth of credit card debt sideways? Because I don't even have $3,000 worth of debt in credit cards. How the fuck did you get $50,000? Why would you even want that much credit card debt? Did you not think you weren't going to have to pay it back?
I am 30 years old, and I actually just found out 24 hours ago I am $150,000 worth of debt. I am extremely stressed out because I had 2 kids now, and this was just not something that I needed to deal with. But it is what it is, and we just need to focus on how to get out of this debt. And the worst thing is, I made these choices when I was 18 years old, and I'm paying for them now, literally. The worst part is, like, my loans are like 10% to 15%, and it's like draining. But I actually just found something called Ring Debt that they use consumer protection laws to challenge any debt that you have legally. And if it's like over $9,000, which mine is, you are getting approved at a super high rate. And all I had to do was answer 2 questions to see if I qualify, which thank goodness I do.
Okay, like, I totally paid off my credit card a few weeks ago, but like, never made a video. It doesn't really matter. I just feel like using my money to like buy whatever I want instead of paying credit card debt, like, is kind of freeing. Walked into Ulta and dropped $300 because I felt like it, you know? Like, I didn't need this to pay a credit card. Like, I just wanted to be a bad bitch, and so I picked up some shit so that I could put some makeup on, like, just because of how I'm feeling, you know? I do have student loan debt, but like, that doesn't count. Like, I've refused to live like the most frugal life. A bitch, I gotta enjoy some shit. Like, I'll tap into the student loan repayment, and, you know, like, I don't care. Don't side-eye me. Like, I'm the one that paid off my credit card debt, so, and I'm not putting any of the money on cards, so I think it's okay.
I have probably the most credit card debt out of anybody else on this app, and it is because I am addicted to spending money. It does not matter if I have the money or not, I'm going to spend it. As soon as it hits my bank account, it's gone. As soon as it hits my savings account, it's gone. As soon as I have money available on a credit card, it's gone. I spend and I spend and I spend and I spend and I spend, and I go to the store and I'm like, oh, I need that. Oh, I need that. Oh, I want this. Oh, I want that. Oh, my kids want that. Oh, my kids need this. And it's just, my mind spirals out of control until the damage has just been done, and it's just led to a lot of problems in my life. And so I have a total of $80,000 in credit card debt because of this. I was recently diagnosed with bipolar disorder, so it kind of all makes sense now. But it is something that I am struggling with, and I'm sharing my struggles on the internet. I'm sharing my struggles, I'm sharing my wins, I'm sharing my hard days, I'm sharing my good days. So if that's something that you're interested in following along with, then make sure you hit the follow button, because I am working hard to pay this debt off, but I'm working hard on my mental health first.
So this is not my proudest moment, but my credit card is the worst it's ever been. And I'm a college student. I have a credit card limit of $4,000. And I currently owe roughly $3,000 to my credit card. It's never gotten this bad, but I've just been carelessly spending my money, not paying attention to anything, not budgeting. And it's gotten to the point where I'm like, I need to get my shit together. Like, I took a look at my spending summary. In 1 month, in the span of 1 month, I spent $1,900 on my credit card. I don't even make that much in a month. I make like roughly $1,700 a month, something like that. And this is not even counting rent. Like, I pay rent with my checkings account, and then this is all from my credit card. Like, it's really bad. When I tell you, I should not even be spending half of this amount in the month with how much I make. So I've decided I'm finally gonna get my shit together. I'm gonna start hardcore budgeting this week, like as of today. And I do want to keep you guys posted here on TikTok, because I feel like if I keep myself accountable, I am more likely to stick to it, because my spending issues have gotten way too out of hand. I need to fix this before it gets into a huge mess and my credit score gets fucked up.
As of today, I am $8,107 in credit card debt, not including student loans, but we're gonna ignore that for a little bit longer, and I do not like it. So my goal this week and also subsequent weeks is to really grind it out and get this shit paid off. The goal is to make an extra $1,000 a week with Instacart, which would be $142 a day, so we'll see about that. But with the holidays and stuff, I feel like that's pretty doable. So I'm at Kroger, I have a Pepsi, I have a bagel, oops, added $1.89. I accepted my first order at 12:12 and delivered it about an hour later for $14, so a slow start. Part of that was related to me dropping the eggs at checkout. For those doing the math, I would need to do 10 of those orders a day for 10 hours a day for 8 weeks straight in order to meet my goal, which is not going to happen. So I kind of need to change something, but unfortunately I'm at the mercy of Instacart with my orders because another hour later, I delivered my second order for $17, raising my total to $31. My third and fourth orders were really easy and took about an hour combined. One of them ordered 18 boxes of cereal, which I thought was interesting. And my fifth order was a package of adult diapers, bringing my total to $58. For my sixth order, I switched it up and went to Target to shop for a little girl's birthday party. My seventh order brought me back to Kroger, and my eighth order was the one that broke $100. I just need to do that 81 more times. I thought about stopping there because I feel really uncomfortable delivering in the dark, but then I realized it's only like 6:30, so I powered through one more order, bringing my total to 126 for the day. It's not 143 like I had hoped, but I'll make up for it tomorrow, hopefully. I will definitely start earlier.
In a world where accountability grows rarer by the day and a generation wears victimhood like a second skin, this next woman speaks of her credit card debt not with shame, but with pride loud enough for the whole world to hear.
I'm in active credit card debt by choice, and I'm going to explain to you why. But first, if you're trying to save money or pay off debt, then follow along because I've been posting about my journey here. So every day I post here talking about how I'm trying to pay off my credit card debt and how I'm trying to save money to bring my mom on an African safari when she retires. Last year, my credit card debt was at $13,000. I'm also trying to save a minimum of $10,000 to bring my mom away. And when I post about this, I get a lot of comments saying, shouldn't you be saving up for an emergency fund before you start saving $10,000 for your mom's trip? I also get a lot of comments asking why I'm doing so much for my mom. And I'm like, she deserves it. But anyway, I do have emergency funds saved up. I have over $24,000 saved up in a high yield savings account. If you do not have a high yield savings account, you need one. And then when I explain that, people say, well, why don't you just use that money to pay off your debt? You'd be out of debt today. And the reason being is I got into credit card debt over a number of choices that I've made. I made so many strings of bad financial decisions that got me to the point where I was drowning in credit card debt. I paid off my debt to where I'm at now, which is $5,500, and it has not been easy. And the reason that I refuse to just simply take that money out of my savings account is because I need to feel the pain. I need to feel the pain and the sacrifice and the struggle of making these payments towards my credit card every 2 weeks to remind myself that I can never let myself get to that point again. Because I've done that before. When I've had like a few grand credit card debt, I would just dip into my savings, take it out, and then the cycle repeated itself. I learned no lesson. And overspending is mental, right? Like the financial decisions that people make is mental. People spend money to fill a void. People also spend money because they're financially illiterate, but I think the main thing is a void. Also, I understand that when hardships happen and people don't make enough money and the cost of living is so high, people have no choice. But I'm talking about like consumer debt that is not from hardship. And that's what mine is from, consumer debt. Traveling, going out, shopping, treating people, treating myself. And honestly, I need to learn my lesson, and my lesson is paying off my debt every single couple of weeks. I can't just take a chunk of money out of my savings account and pay it off because I really feel like I need to feel the impact. Hopefully this makes sense. I'm pretty fried from work, but I think I got the point across.
I recently posted about the fact I'm 26 years old and I'm in $95,487.73 worth of debt, and I want to talk about it. Up until 24 hours ago, I did not know that was actually the total of all of my debt, credit cards, and student loans. That number also does not include my auto loan, and if we are adding in my auto loan, the total number is $110,938.83. Since totaling up all of my debt, I don't think I've actually gotten one good breath of oxygen in the last 24 hours. I feel like there is an elephant sitting on my chest, and I don't think I can sit still because all I keep repeating is $95,487.73. All of this debt was racked up through decisions I made between the ages of 18 and 26. My first associate's degree I got from a community college and I didn't have to pay for because of the Pell Grant, but I decided to go to a university and got my bachelor's degree, which is where I really started to rack up the debt. Then in the last 2 years, I decided to finish a nursing degree at a community college in the last 2 years, but that's where I started to rack up even more debt. What really sucks is realizing that the majority of these student loans is not from tuition. It's actually from living expenses and living way above my means. My debt comprises of 2 credit cards, 5 federal student loans, and 5 private Sallie Mae loans. I can handle the federal student loans, but when I tell you Sallie Mae is bending me over and not in a way I like, it's actually insane. Sallie Mae is genuinely evil and they prey on young students. And the reason why they take advantage of young students is because they know if you're reaching out to a private loan like that, you genuinely need it. Out of the 5 Sallie Mae loans I have, one of the interest rates that is the highest is 16.28%. The lowest interest rate I have with Sallie Mae is 9.88%. Now, my federal student loans are between 4 and 6%, which I think is manageable. Although I had parents who would tell me what I should or shouldn't do, I never had anybody really sit me down and fully teach me financial literacy. I never had anybody sit me down and really explain to me the scope of what I was doing and what it would look like in the future when I had to pay for it. In the moment, all of the student loans just felt like fake money because they just kept coming and I just kept spending. I don't regret any of the experiences I've had between the ages of 18 and 26 or any of the things that I've done, but I do wish that I managed my finances way better than this. I think what's even more sad is a lot of these student loans were going to rent, which my rent was around $1,200 a month, and that's been consistent over the last 2-3 years. Thankfully, I do have a finance bro as a boyfriend, and he is really great at managing money and managing wealth, and so I am working with him to do a snowball effect. If I snowball all of my loans at the current rates that they are without consolidating them, I can pay all of this off by 2032. It's really sad because I'm excited about starting my first nursing job next month, but at the same time, I know that all of the money I'm making is going to debt. I'm turning 27 this year, and I wish I could be thinking about starting a family or getting married or buying a house, but really, I can't think about anything but paying off this debt. The last thing I would want to do is bring a child into this world while I have debt hanging over my head. So it almost feels like my life is kind of on hold right now, but I feel like it's even more motivation to just pay this off as quickly as possible. It is what it is. What's done is done. And at the end of the day, if you are in your early 20s and you're thinking about taking out student loans, I urge you to reconsider and ask yourself whether or not you really truly need it. If I knew then what I know now, I would tell myself that no experience, no desire, no want is worth the stress that I feel now.
Let's look at what happens when your financial situation gets so bad that you have to call in an expert to try and save the sinking ship.
This is at a 792% interest rate. What the possible are you doing? What the possible are you doing?
That one, I really don't remember what that one was for.
You borrowed $500.
Yes, yeah.
What's your total you're paying back by the end?
I think it was like 15, wasn't it? Or 2,000?
$4,000. $4,000 for $500.
But that's one.
Are you giving me a butt from that?
No,
You're
I was
giving
gonna
me a fucking butt. What did we go to? The roller coaster park this time?
No, I was gonna say that's one of the ones that we were gonna try and pay off like with more than the minimum payment. We weren't gonna do the minimum
Says
payment.
the person with negative money in their checking account. F you! That's a great plan with no actionability that you're able to do behind it. What are you talking about? What is this? You're spending half of your income on fun. Overdrafts disappear.
I told you they were bad.
You absolute. I've never seen $681 of overdrafts in a year.
suck.
You did it to yourself. Huh?
I said I did.
Nah. Need a juice box. $681 of overdraft in a single year. It's unheard of. $70.86 in overdraft this month alone. And mind you, all those other cards doing this thing where we're transferring money from credit cards and off credit cards so we can avoid overdraft fees. So it would probably be double. I wore this nice little shirt to have a nice good day.
It is a nice shirt.
So Amex, $21,138.94. Well, that's crazy. What's even crazier? The minimum monthly payment is $717.55. Yeah, $717.55 minimum monthly payment. Okay, what's going on here? You made a minimum monthly payment. Then you purchased $1,533. That's crazy. That's an insane number. You know why that's actually insane? Because here's your credit limit now, because they lowered your credit limit because you don't know how to manage this. Would you like to join me in this conversation?
I don't know what was the purchase?
Oh,
$4 for what?
You don't even know what you purchased, buddy. That's purchases that you had.
Oh, purchases.
Yes.
I mean, it was probably just getting food and.
So, they lowered your credit limit because you can't manage this. The minimum monthly payment is absolutely insane for your income situation. What is it? Okay, $4,500, and the minimum monthly payment is $717. $717 divided by $4,500. 16% of your income goes to just one minimum monthly payment on one credit card, on one of your debts out of the many debts you have. Okay, so we decided to go purchase on it? Food? Which is what you're saying. We didn't even go through the purchases, but you're saying it's probably just me going and getting food nonchalant. You know, this is nothing. It's nothing. It doesn't matter. You think that's okay? You think that's acceptable? It's charging $511.28 in interest. That's okay?
No.
Then why the are you doing it?
I don't know. I'm just trying to, because I don't have money on my other cards. So what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed
not go out to eat? What are you talking about? If you do not have money, you do not go to Mickey D's. I don't know where you went, but we'll look at that in a second. Does that not make sense? How does that not make sense?
I mean, it does, but I don't know. I don't like to just sit in home, do nothing. It's just super hard for me. I don't know.
Go to a park. Both of us could use a few more miles of walking a day.
Yeah, I go out and do things, but
there you go. Mission solved. Problem solved. Mission accomplished.
As promised, now we are going to get into some solutions to completely avoid being one of the people that have been featured in today's episode. Getting into credit card debt is like getting a stripper pregnant. Very easy to get into, but twice as difficult to get out. The tips and tricks that are featured next are very simple, but not easy. Let's dive right in.
What is this?
I'm a firm believer you should be using credit cards over a debit card, but a lot of people seem to get into debt because of bad habits. So here are 3 rules that I follow that have helped me get an almost perfect credit score with my 6 credit cards at the age of 24. So the first rule that I follow, and I think is also one of the most important rules, and that's to treat your credit cards like a debit card. Meaning, if you don't have the money for that purchase right then and there, you shouldn't make the purchase on a credit card. Oftentimes, many people just throw purchases on credit cards, they don't pay attention to how much money they have, and then at the end of the month, when it's time to pay the card off, they don't have the money for it. This leads to debt and then also paying interest payments, and it's really hard to get out of once you get to that point. Next, I pay my monthly credit card balances in full and on time every single month. Some people see that they only have to pay a minimum balance and they're not paying the full statement balance, and again, then this leads to debt. And the last rule I like to follow is to turn on auto pay in the credit card app for each of my credit cards. Most credit card apps have this feature, and it just allows you to put it on autopilot. You don't have to worry about paying them on time and in full. It'll automatically do it for you so you never miss a payment. So if you follow these 3 rules, you'll avoid debt while still taking advantage of the many benefits that you get with credit cards.
Today, we looked at some pretty insane credit card debt stories, and also some ways to completely avoid being in credit card debt. If you have any stories where you've been in credit card debt or how you got out of debt, then please drop it down in the comments below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And remember, in public, you can always crack your fingers, but you can never finger your crack. That's all I have for this video. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye!